In this video, I'll be reviewing your Pokemon. More specifically, this is a submission sent by Uno in the nirtheart Discord server in the YouTube My Mon text channel. And so you get access to the Discord by becoming a YouTube member. It starts at $2, whatever that local currency for you is. I live in Norway, so it's 19 kroner. That grants you lifetime access. All right, so we have 3 Pokemon in this video that we're going to talk about. And the first one is a Suicune. This Suicune has got an interesting set of sub-skills, and Uno is saying here, I don't know if the Suicune is good right now, but I'm happy with my guard. And so we're going to have a look at them. The Suicune has the apple, oil, and oil ingredient list. You probably don't care too much about the ingredients on the Suicune either way. It does have the ingredient finder, so it kind of matters a little bit because that ingredient rate is pretty high. The first thing we can also take a look at is the nature, which is calm. Now, usually having speed down is a big detriment, though there are a few exceptions that I kind of allow myself when it comes to evaluating Pokemon, and that is if it's speed down, but it's up of the specialty of the Pokemon. So if there's an ingredient specialist where everything is just working out except it has speed down, it's got ingredients up, it's a huge boost, and then it's a minor letdown. It's kind of a big letdown, but it's minor compared to the boost. And that's kind of what we're seeing here, in my opinion. So the fact you have main skill chance up here is the big win. Speed of help down does hurt, but the biggest hurt is if you have speed down nature, and then one of the sub skills is speed M, because then it's just neutral. Now, what would be nice to see here, potentially, is if we can stack those triggers, because the nature is multiplicative. And that is exactly what we're seeing here. So we have skill trigger M, and then level 75 is a ways away, but I mean, once you start investing in a dog, you're probably not going to reinvest, you know? So with that, at level 50, you also have 2 free sub-skill, 2 free main skill seeds at the cost of 1 sub-skill seed, so that is nice. And just looking at this, I would say it's not a bad Pokemon. Obviously, the seed invest is pretty high, but the strong points here is you use 1 sub-skill seed at level 50, and you get 2 free seeds. That's a pretty big deal. And not only that, but you have all the triggers. So you have trigger M, trigger S, and you have the main skill chance up. The fact that this Suicune is a little bit slower, but every production, you really get the mileage out of it, is an important thing. One problem that I can see with this Suicune is the fact that you do need to have those hours to get that inventory. Maybe we can just put this 50 to have some numbers to work with. Hopefully long term, maybe they have some more inventory ribbons coming up, because 25, maybe actually with this amount of skill trigger boosts, you are able to double bank before that inventory runs out. And so kind of depends. So if you're a premium, but you haven't found a good Raikou, and you haven't found a good Entei, and you want an overstacking team, this may be worthwhile to go for, honestly. You have main skill chance up nature, huge. You have skill trigger M, huge. Even later, you have skill trigger S, and you have potentially 2 free main skill seeds at the cost of 1 sub skill seed. I mean, ingredient finding M here is not a huge detriment. Like, the average ingredient drop does not go up a whole lot. So the only little ding here is you don't have inventory, and you have speed down. Speed down I don't think matters as much because you have all the triggers. That's a huge boost. You can see the skill rate goes from 2.6 to 4.8. And then if you put a lot of hours into this Suicune, then essentially you need 3 or 4 more seeds into this to make it viable, because, you know, you have that sub skill seed spent already. then yeah, that's pretty viable. I think for one, Had I found this, I'd probably go for it just because of that main skill chance up nature. So I wouldn't worry too much about the speed down. I think this is quite nice. So it just depends on how much of a whale you are. Arguably, at this point in time, maybe the better invest is the Raikou. But that would mean you would have to, on a monthly basis, claim the Master Biscuit and the seeds. And at that point, you don't have any Poke Biscuits left, which is the problem that I'm running into with my primary account right now. I don't have any biscuits and I'm trying to make videos, so that's kind of hard. And maybe those off chance encounters that you get with Raikou at the Old Gold Power Plant is sufficient where you can hunt a Raikou instead of going for the Suicune. And at that point, you can have a legendary dog at the most difficult area that can utilize a combo with Raichu and Halloween Pikachu and maybe some other Pokemon. So overall, I would say that is the biggest consideration here, not so much if this is a good Suicune, because this is a good Suicune. It's just, do you want the Suicune or do you want a Raikou, or maybe you want to hold off and wait until whatever the next legendaries will be. If they're even going to be skill specialists at this point. It seems like we're just getting ingredient Pokemon for now. So yeah, super curious if any of you watching have any inputs on this Suicune, because it's an interesting one for sure. All right, next up we have Quaquaval, and that means the Gardevoir is up at the end. All right, Quaquaval, we're gonna reset these sub skills and we can take a look at the nature, and that is serious. So this is a neutral nature and the ingredient list is double leaks. Yeah, this is a decent Quaquaval. I personally would probably want more ingredient related traits on it, just because if you can stack those on the Quaquaval, you can get close to 50% on that final rate. Like, let's just run a quick experiment just to show what it could potentially look like. $42, not quite 50, but it's pretty close. So this Quaquaval in specific has helping bonus. Very nice. A lot of people, huge fan of that. I like it too, but it's not a very heavy priority on my end. It has the ingredient, if I can spell it right, binder M. And at that point, with a decent ingredient list, I personally prefer the AAB ingredient list. But ABB, very solid. Overall, the best leak Pokemon in the game, so like, there's that. It also has some inventory, which is nice. And we can see that it's been evolved twice, it seems. Overall, this is not a bad Quaquaval, and long term, it does have some more supplemental skills, like the Helping Speed S, and the inventory, no, the ingredient S, my bad. At that point, I mean, if you can get it to level 100, then maybe that is a worthwhile investment. Now, you had a Suicune. It's already Quaquaval, so that's not going to work out with the combo, but hypothetically, that could have been a cool Quaxwell comboed with a Suicune, but long term, probably you would want your best Quaquaval to be a Quaquaval and not a Quaxwell. So yeah. I mean, you've already started investing in this. It's not bad at all, so I think at this point in time, it's just to keep going. And maybe at 75, you can be lucky and reroll for Speed M, and at that point, pretty solid. Maybe even long term, we have mints that come around, and at that point, that'll be a pretty busted Quavel. But either way, quite strong, I like it. Alright, we have a Gardevoir at level 60. That's huge. Alright. We have level 60, presumably evolved twice. Inventory is 34, which means for this one, probably 2,000 hours. We'll just have to see. Let's reset these and start anew with a new Pokemon. We got the nature. Careful. The best nature for a skill specialist of this type. You just want as low drop as possible in that production, so fewer ingredients mean more productions for it to go right, and I need to reset my music because I've been here recording for a while. My capture card probably overheating. All right, there we go. Maybe that fixed it. I don't know. Either way, we have the first skill, and I can also mention this is triple apple, which is nice. We have energy recovery bonus. That's going to be quite nice for the naps. It's not going to have an influence on the main skill at all. Then we have skill trigger M, which is pretty huge. You have that stacking with a sub-skill and the nature. And then we have the helping speed M, and case closed, this is a viable Gardevoir. You don't have to think more about it. You have the Holy Trinity, main skill chance up nature, with no speed down, which is preferable. Ingredients down is even better. Skill trigger M, and speed M. Not only that, but you have the skill trigger S2 coming up here, which is just mind-blowing. That's amazing. Then if you somehow can make it to level 100, you have skill level up M. And so this Gardevoir, which is currently level 6 on the main skill, you can essentially just stop at main skill level 8. Hypothetically, maybe skill 10 is the highest level. And so 2 more seeds and you have a just pristine Gardevoir at level 60. That is ridiculous. So I don't really have anything else to say, but congratulations, you nailed it with that one. And it's going to be a good Pokemon on your team and in your collection for a long time to come. And God willing, we get Mega Evolutions in this game sometime, this Gardevoir is going to crack. So yeah, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you found it interesting and helpful in any way. For everyone else, you can leave a big ol' thumbs up if you want to see more content like this in the future. And remember, for the month of October 2024, if you post 3 Pokemon in the YouTube My Montex channel, I pledge to make a video discussing 3 of your Pokemon. So, become a YouTube member today, join a great community of passionate Pokemon fans, and I look forward to see you there. So, see you around in another video or in the Nirtheart Discord, which either works the best for you.